Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Annalisa and this is going to be a fall book haul video. My library has quarterly book sales where the books are between 25 and 75 cents. So I love to go to those. For this video I will also have books that I've acquired over the past 6 months because I think that's how long it's been since I've done a haul video. Some of them will be from various sources, so I'll tell you about those sources as I show them to you. But first, my library's haul. And also, if you're wondering what this look is, I do go the extra mile a little bit with my makeup during the Halloween type season. So today I'm a snake lady because I have snake earrings and a snake ring, so I did kind of snakish makeup. So first, Wing Bearer by Marjorie Liu and Tenny Isakanian. I really like a graphic novel. It looks like it has this fun illustration style and very fantasy looking with some magical people creatures going on. The Prophecy of Stones by Flavia Bourgeois. I really like magical stones. I read a lot of books with magical stones when I was a kid, so that's what drew me on about this one. I got this from the YA section of the library sale. The Lotteries Plus One. The Lotteries are a family, a series of books by an Irish author that I heard about from, I believe, the creator of the Irish Readathon that happens in March. And I want to read more Irish authors, and so when I saw this one in the junior section, I was like, yes, I shall acquire this. I think this is the second or third book in the series. Then a couple books that I've already read. Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. I thought this one was really good. I haven't read it for a few years, so I would like to read it again. It's basically this main character meeting a bunch of characters and creatures from Diné beliefs. I really love books like this along the Rick Riordan Presents books series, which is, this is one of Imprint, that's what it's called, that like are all about different cultures, gods and goddesses and powerful creatures. This one I've also already read, Rabbit Chase. I believe I read it for one of the trans rights readathons because the main character is non-binary. It's also Anishinaabe, and there's a little bit of the Anishinaabe-Moan language in here, and I really like that, and it's a graphic novel. Then we have American Born Chinese by Jean Luen Yang, and this is another graphic novel, and it might actually be a collection of comic strips from the way it's formatted, but there's a quote on the back that says, "As an Asian American, American Born Chinese is the book I've been waiting for all my life," from Derek Kirk Kim. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be fun. Last one from that haul, Camp Quilt Bag by Nicole Melby and AJ Sass. And I've read some books by AJ Sass before and really enjoyed them, so I'm excited to read more. Quilt Bag is one arrangement of the LGBTQ acronym that has mostly been rejected, but the point of it is, the point of the name of the book is that it's a camp for queer youth. Then I had to go to the dollar store after going to the library to pick up some flameless tea lights for an event that my Tri-Cities for Palestine group is putting on. And while I was there, I saw that they had a book section, which I was surprised by, but apparently they have like used or unwanted books, what's it called, Overstock maybe, and you can buy them for $1.25. And I found A Chorus Rises by Bethany C. Morrow. I have the other book right here, A Song Below Water. That these are companion novels, and for one, I love the pink cover, but also I really loved this these companion books. This one I didn't like quite as well as A Song Below Water, but I still loved it, and I'm excited to have it available to reread at any time. The next several I have found at thrift stores and secondhand places. 4 Clues for Ronnie. I love these Pixie Hollow books. I just think they're really great. This one's written by Catherine Daly. and it has some illustrations in it. Yeah, I was just very fond of these in my childhood, and I'm excited to be able to read them. Amulet. This is a graphic novel. It's book 8, so I might not read it for a while, but I love graphic novels. And this will hopefully inspire me to see if my library has the first ones, and if it doesn't, I might splurge and buy it. A Nikki Drayden book. I bought this because of the author. It looks like it's going to be sci-fi with a little bit of fantasy maybe. Under the Smoke-Strewn Sky. This is the second, I think, in the Up and Under series, which is a story that is inside the story of Middle Game, which I have read, and so now I am interested in reading this series. I love the covers and I love the idea of the story. Then The Witch's Kitchen. I like witchy books. It's by Diana Sanchez. Yeah, that's about it. I really like baking magic specifically, and books about witches. This one was on sale in a store that was closing. It was one of the box lunch stores, or whatever came before box lunch, I think. So it was like 60% off. And it is Charisma's Return, A Story of Girls and Their Gifts by Monique Cousin. Illustrated by Amanda Jones. And so it is also graphic novel. This one's from the grocery store, from the $4 book bin. It's called Why, and it is by Taya Diggs, illustrated by Shane W. Evans, and it's all about a young kid asking why people are shouting, and you can see there's a protest going on in the background. And so it's a very explanation for a very young person about that kind of thing, which I think is like really important. So once I've read it and reviewed it, it's going to go in a free little library where I hope more people who people with kids will find it, because a lot of because there are a few little free libraries around that I know of that specialize in kids books. For my birthday, I got Teach the Torches to Burn by Caleb Roehrig. This is a Rainbow Crate edition, so it has 2 jackets. I like this one better because it's like very autumnal. And I got this, since I'm not subscribed to Rainbow Crate, I got this as part of a auction raising money for Palestinian families. And yeah, I was very excited about this. Then from another used store, we have Cheers to the Duke by Sally Mackenzie. I like historical romances, and this was 50 cents. Clap When You Land, I found in a thrift store. It's by Elizabeth Acevedo, and it's been on my TBR for a long time, so it'd be nice to finally read it. Actually, could read this for Latinx Heritage Month. Then I managed to acquire another witch volume. This is volume 2, and some of the early stories are my favorites, so that's exciting. I loved witch as a kid. I had like the first, not even a big volume like this, it was like the first little bit of the story, and I reread it so much it fell apart. Woman of Light. This is by the person who wrote Sabrina and Karina, and I thought that book was pretty good, so I'd like to read this as well. This one I just got at another thrift store. Well-Read Black Girl, Fighting Our Stories, Discovering Ourselves, an anthology. Edited by Glory Edom. And I would love to be introduced to more Black authors that I haven't heard of. And while I do recognize a few of the names, there are several that I don't recognize, so this should be interesting. Then, for my birthday, I got We Set the Dark on Fire by Taylor K. Mejia. And I got it as a set of 3 that were all in the LGBTQ section, which was a subset of the YA section, so I think they're also all YA. We also have All Our Hidden Gifts, and Andrew and Santi Were Here, which have all been on my TBR for a while. and I would like to actually read them. And they're all just wonderfully soft paperbacks, so they're like my favorite format, so hopefully I will read them. 2 of them are on my fall TBR, so we'll see how that goes. The Key to Rondo by Emily Rada. I love Emily Rada. I did not like the Key to Rondo series as much as some of her other series, but I did really enjoy it, so I'm excited to reread it. I haven't read this since I was a tween. Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lynn. I'm fairly certain I've read something by Grace Lynn before. It's another book exploring folklore, and this one is focusing on the Old Man of the Moon, along with a talking fish and a dragon who can't fly, which sounds exciting. I also found a slightly damaged copy of Tristan Strong, Punches the Sky. This is another Ricky Riordan Presents, and I've heard about it for a long time. It's been on my TBR, but I haven't actually read it, so let's do this. And that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to leave an emoji, how about something blue or purple? And I will see you in the next video. Bye!